Hi, good morning. It's May 7th. It is Thursday. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:07 in the morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Then sit down, ate their breakfast, got your workout in. If not, get your workout in after you get off work. Get that physical activity in. Happy birthday to my birthday people. That I am Latasha. This is Waking Up with Tasha. Hopefully everybody's doing well, having a great week, having a good morning. But we're going to go over some daily affirmations, go over some Black history facts, and do a little bit of news, talk about some stuff. But then that'll be it. Unless y'all got something to say, people come on, y'all want to talk, get some stuff off your chest, just release, have a woo-saw moment. We'll do that. If anybody comes in to watch this live later, like, comment, share, like, comment, share. So, I think that was another one, but anyways, the daily affirmations for today are: I take things one day at a time. I take things one day at a time. I am open to learning and growing. I am open to learning and growing. I am kind and supportive. I am kind and supportive. I am grateful to be alive and here. I am grateful to be alive and here. Couple Black history facts. Maybe it's just one. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think it is just one. Annie Inslee, she was a computer scientist, a mathematician, and a rocket scientist. She worked at NASA as a human computer, performing complex mathematical calculations before computers were widely available. She became after they started using computers, she became a computer programmer and helped develop and implement code for numerous projects, including the earliest alternative energy solution. So that's the Black History fact for today. A couple news things. Go over a couple news things. That deadly. Hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Um, is it hantavirus? Hantavirus outbreak spreads this on this cruise ship. Spreads for weeks abroad. A cruise ship resulted in 3 deaths. Honestly, I still think it's 3 deaths. Passengers on the luxury cruise ship are stuck in a real life nightmare after a rare um, hantavirus, hantavirus outbreak turned deadly. The ship traveled to Argentina, toward Antarctica, and across the Atlantic. Thank everybody for coming in. Hit that thumbs up button. Double tap that screen. We're talking about this virus outbreak that was on this cruise ship. 3 deaths linked to this virus. One passenger in intensive care in South African hospital. 3 others are showing symptoms and awaiting emergency evacuation. It's 150 passengers and crew on this ship. It's 23 different countries. The people on this cruise ship are from 23 different countries that's on board the cruise ship. This virus is spread by rodents. People get infected through contact with infected rodent saliva, urine, or droppings. Ship is currently anchored off Cape Verde, and I think that's in South Africa, outside of South Africa somewhere. But next news story: Luigi Mangione. He celebrated his 28th birthday yesterday, and he has his legal defense fund is at $1.5 million in donations. Luigi Mangione celebrated his 28th birthday yesterday, and his legal defense fund is at $1.5 million in donations. That FedEx driver who kidnapped hi, good morning everybody. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hopefully everything is going well. Your morning is going well. But that killed a 17-year-old girl. He been sentenced to death by lethal injection. The FedEx driver who kidnapped the 17 and 7-year-old girl and killed her. He's been sentenced to death by lethal injection. So, Instagram. Talking about Instagram. If you notice that your followers have went down, it's because they have on Instagram, they're doing like a deep dive where they're removing millions of profiles in the last like 12 hours. I looked at the last thing I saw was yesterday. They got rid of like bots, inactive accounts, fake followers, and stuff like that on Instagram. So if you notice that your followers have dropped, which I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram. All I had was 234. Talk to the people that got millions of followers, into the 6 figures, 7 figures in followers. Y'all, the ones that got the notice that they got 200,000 followers missing, 100,000 followers missing, 2,000 followers missing, or whatever. It's because Instagram has removed profiles that are fake, that are bots, that are inactive accounts, or in fake followers and stuff like that. Instagram done got rid of them. So that's why your followers have dropped on Instagram. That's what caused the sudden drops in follower accounts on IG. Other reasons include users voluntary unfollowing account. If you haven't been like actively on your IG account, the account deactivations, they got rid of those on Instagram, and automated flagging system removing users for excuse me. Okay. I'm allergic to candy. I'm allergic to sugar. So if I eat too much sugar, my nose start running, I start sneezing and stuff like that. So can't eat too much sugar. But yeah, Instagram automated flagging system basically remove users for violating community guidelines. So that's another reason why people followers drop. What's up, Paige? How are you doing? What's up? If you wasn't on here, was I on here yesterday? I think I was. Yeah, I did. But if you weren't on here yesterday, 4:00 in the morning, I get up at 4 a.m. I was after I had washed my face, brushed my teeth, stuff. I clean out my ears. Some people, which a lot of people do, use Q-tips. So I went to use the Q-tip. Normally, I dip it in hydrogen peroxide, make sure it's wet, it's not dry. I pour the hydrogen peroxide in the top, a little bit in the top. Then I dip the Q-tip in the hydrogen peroxide and try to clean out my ears. What's up, Joshua? And so put it in my ear. The cotton part of the Q-tip, which it's not the name. That's a name brand. It's Q-tips, but it was a cheap version of a cotton swab. So that I got from CVS, but the thing came off in my ear. Had to change my clothes, which I probably should just went in my pajamas, but changed my clothes real quick, put on some shoes, went to the emergency room, 4:00 in the morning to get the tip of a cotton swab. The cotton that came off inside my ear, that I had it in there, one deep down in my ear, it was like at the front, and the thing came off in my ear. So went to the hospital, sat there, checked in, sat there for I don't know, probably for 20 minutes till they came out and got me. I was like, okay, what's taking so long? It's a cotton swab. It ain't it's something. It was serious because the longer I sat there, it was starting to hurt. But yeah, what's up? The people from India, what's up? Everybody from India. But they got it out after I went to the back. I still sat there for a second until the doctor came in. He got the thing out. I signed the discharge papers and went home. But that's what happened to me yesterday morning. Um, but that's pretty much it. What you guys doing? What have you guys been up to? I went over some news, talked about some games. Y'all can go back and watch. Gave some daily affirmations. It was 4 for the ones that didn't hear it. I take things one day at a time. I am open to learning and growing. I'm kind and supportive, and I'm grateful to be alive and here. Those are the 4 daily affirmations. Talked about, gave a little Black History fact about Annie Easley. Talked about some news. Talked about that virus outbreak on that cruise ship. 2 people have passed away. 3 people have passed away. We know that people got infected through, it's from rodents, and you had to, it's from rodent saliva, urine, or droppings. So that's how the people, and then it's some others that's sick, and one person is in the hospital. The last thing I've heard is one person is in the hospital in South Africa from this virus on this cruise ship. But these people, it's 150 people on this cruise ship. They are from different countries, 23 different countries. But yeah, stuck on this cruise ship outside in Cape Verde. It's just like out in the ocean. So talked about that. You can go back and watch that the FedEx driver who kidnapped and unalived the 7-year-old girl has been sentenced to death by lethal injection. So that's the news I was talking about Instagram on why people losing followers. They got a system that I came up with where they're getting rid of fake accounts, fake followers, people that has been fake and bots. So that's why your followers have dropped on Instagram. Talked about that. Y'all can go back and watch that. But that's pretty much what's going on. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. What are you guys doing for the rest of the day? I got to go to work. But in the area where I live, found out well, some of us, we had to move from one area because they some of the people that stay over here where I'm at had to move from one area because they got rid of it. Got rid of that area, knocked all the apartments down, and built a jail. So we had to move to another apartment complex, and so they had nowhere else for us to put us, so they put us in a 3-bedroom apartment. So it's 2 of me and the other lady. It was one of her. Well, two of her. She had her and her granddaughter, but now it's like her. It's like 3 of them now, but we only supposed to be in a 2-bedroom. So now they put notes in our doors saying that we got to move to 2 bedrooms when they open up. When the 2-bedroom open up, which they're saying if we don't move out, when they let us know is we have a place, they have a 2-bedroom open, said we're gonna have to pay. This is a income-based housing, by the way. Income-based housing said, however, your rental subsidy would be terminated and you would be required to pay the HUD-approved monthly contract rent of $1,093. Mind you, this is the project. They're talking about somebody paying $1,093 for a project apartment. You can go get a nice house and your mortgage will be less than that. My sister lives in a house, a nice house, and these folks talking about charging $1,093 for a project apartment. How crazy is that? And this is in Alabama. So tell me, does that make sense? And they say it's supposed to be income based. How you gonna charge somebody $1,093 for an apartment that's supposed to be affordable housing / income based? So that don't make sense. Which they must don't know I got a college degree. I'm smart. I'm not stupid. I'm not uneducated. Y'all can't charge nobody $1,093 for a project apartment. What's supposed to be affordable housing slash income based. If your income, if you making, I make $11 an hour, working 24 hours a week. How you gonna charge me $1,093 for apartment that's supposed to be affordable housing income based? I only make $11 an hour working 24 hours a week. That don't make sense. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. You're talking to the wrong one. Cause ain't no way you can do that. And I tell you, so that ain't gonna happen. But when y'all get ready for me to move to that two bedroom apartment, me and my son, we'll move. But y'all can't do that though to nobody. Y'all can't make nobody pay that. And this supposed to be affordable housing, income based housing, and this the projects. Who's gonna pay $1,093 for a project apartment? Slash, they don't like for you to call it the projects. They say it's affordable housing or income based housing. So how you it's gonna be income based when people over here don't make that much? You got people over here on disability, old people on disability, people that's receiving SSI, that's getting food stamps. So how you gonna charge somebody? People over here working part time, making minimum wage. Some people over here only making $7, probably $7.25 an hour. I make $11 an hour, work 24 hours a week. You can't charge nobody that much when this is income based housing slash affordable housing. So you can't get away with that, and they know they can't. I don't know why they wrote that on that paper, but yeah. But I hope hope everybody's doing well. What's going on in y'all world? Talked about how I had to go to the hospital at 4 a.m. yesterday morning because I got a cotton swab, the tip of a cotton swab stuck in my ear. Had to go to the emergency room, had to go get that out. So stop using cotton swabs to clean your ears because it happens often. That's what the nurse was saying. She was talking about how often that happens, how many people come in to the hospital with the tip, that cotton from the tip of a cotton swab stuck in their ear, and that started to hurt. The longer that thing stayed in there, it started to hurt like oh no what. Cause it seemed like it started to swell up in my ear, which I think it did. Cause I could tell when he pulled it out, it was getting bigger. But but yeah, that's what happened. So that's what's going on with me and my neighbors in this neighborhood. But yeah, they making all of us move. Yeah, I don't want to be moved around. I don't want to be moved nowhere. Well, I'm gonna have some problems. It's peaceful where I'm at. Don't have no issues with my neighbors or nobody else. Don't have no issues with people with bad children or nothing else. But I think they clean house. They're trying to. When we had meetings, we had all these meetings when they made us move from one area to the next. When they closed one area, one project. It was a project. I ain't gonna say the name, but they got rid of the build a jail. So the jail is there. It made the people that lived in that area, they had to move us to other areas. So I was one of the last ones that they had to move. They ain't had nowhere to put me, so they moved me. My nose running. They moved me over to another project where they had a 3-bedroom apartment. That's all they had left. They had nothing left. They had to get me out of here, so I moved here. They moved me here, not by choice. And they said when they moved me and it was another person that lived next to me. She was one of the last ones too, so she lived next door to me now. So they told us when they moved us over here that when a 2-bedroom, we in 3 bedrooms, when a 2-bedroom apartment opened up, the first thing they was gonna do is give us notice and move us into a 2-bedroom apartment. We've been living in this apartment where they moved us to currently for like a number of years, at least 4. My neighbor said 7, but it ain't been that long. I think it's been 4 years, but which is still a long time. So now they're hopped up. I guess they trying to get people back into. Somebody must have said something. We got new management and all this stuff. So somebody must have said something, been looking around and all this stuff, and these coming in our apartments looking at stuff like why are they in a 3 bedroom when it's only when they need a two. Well, that's y'all fault. That was on y'all because y'all supposed to been moved us. It's been 2 bedroom apartments open up like in these years we've been here. It's been all types of 2 bedroom apartments that don't open up, and they decide to leave us in these 3 bedroom apartments that we in. So that's on y'all. That's not on us. That's y'all fault. So I just want to put that out there. But what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing today? To my school kids, hopefully y'all the school year about to end. Summer about to start. I know y'all ready for that. To my college kids, y'all about to get out for summer if you're not going to summer school. I know the football players, all these athletes and stuff. I know the football players, they get to leave, go home for 2 weeks, but they got to come back because they train for football and all this stuff, so they got to come back to campus. But yeah, so I know they ready for break. Get your summer thing on. Whatever you have planned for summer, have fun, enjoy yourself. The people that's working, if you're taking the time off for a week, going on a vacation, hope you guys enjoy that. Hope you guys enjoy your day today. Take time out for yourself. If you're going through things, going through trauma, depression, anxiety, therapy is always there. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to go to counseling. If you have someone, a close loved one, a close friend that you can talk to get things out, to talk to somebody about. I got this about my nose. Just took some allergy medicine, but talk to them so you won't have to hold things in. It's bad to hold stuff in emotionally. I'm gonna put this on mute because I gotta go blow my nose. But yeah, it was two people on there. But I said I was gonna put it on mute. I had to blow my nose. But hopefully y'all have somebody to talk to, get things out. Sometimes the National Suicide and Crisis Hotline, you can call or text 988. Call or text 988 to the National um, Suicide Crisis Hotline if you need that outlet. And there's other numbers that I've given out that you can call if you're having any other type of issues. Put this out there. Um, Anybody have anything to say, put it in the chat real quick. We can talk, we can communicate. If you have anything to say, have a little conversation before I get off here and wrap this up. Try to stay on here 30 minutes. Y'all check out my playlist. Check out my poetry shorts. I write poetry. Journaling is good. Also, another way to get things out is journaling. Get your journal, write stuff out. Get it out your system, get it off your mind. Put it on paper. If you like drawing, draw. If you like painting, paint. Another good way to get rid of anxiety is relieve stress, is working out, getting that physical activity in, whether it's through walking, hiking, jogging, running, finding some kind of physical activity like that, like playing a sport, basketball, swimming. Summertime is coming up. Some people like swimming, playing tennis, baseball, whatever, to relieve stress. Do some deep breathing, like doing yoga, do some meditation, stuff like that to relieve stress. Is a good way to relieve stress through meditation, yoga, exercise, some type of exercise. Some people still do Pilates and stuff like that to relieve stress. I don't know if y'all have a roller skating thing, rink in your area, go roller skating, go somewhere, have fun, go to an art museum, go to a play, a musical, do something that you enjoy doing to have fun, to get stuff off your mind, to relieve some stress, and have that like woosah moment. So, yep, take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Go to church, read your Bible, pray morning, noon, night. Pray as often as you have to. Go to Bible study, read your Bible. So, spiritually, on that spiritual point, emotionally, make sure you get stuff out. Don't hold emotionally, get stuff out. Don't hold stuff in. So, to that point, to straight, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. But I'm about to wrap this up. Hopefully, you guys have a good day. Love yourself. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Love other people. Take care of yourself. Care for others. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. And so, with that, God bless and have a blessed day. Much love to all of you and everybody else in this world. Peace, love, and blessings. Holla.